Right then, tubes, I just thought I'd update you. They're the new anklets for the Eagle, pigskin line, lovely. Another new Eagle Swivel, new lead tubes, Eagle lead. I've got another one coming, see what that's like. Now I've just put a new Eagle Swivel on the tubes, but the hole in that is a lot bigger than this one, look. So I found this one. It's another Eagle Swivel. So I thought I might try that on her. She's got these anklets, but this will be a spare pair. And I'll treat them with that first. They ain't been treated yet. There's another pair, smaller ones. These are both Muse. They're both Muse jesses, they are. We treat it with that. We'll give it 4 or 5 coats of that first. See, then I'll treat these tubes. Then what I'll do is, after a month or so, or whenever, they never get dirty because my birds are always kept clean. But they will get wet and they might get a bit dirty, but I will keep them clean. But what I do is I'll take them, I'll change them and rotate them tubes. So then I'll treat these, leave them on there for a little while. When I think yes, I'll take them off, change them with these treated, and then what I'll do is dry the others, make sure they're dry, cleaned, and then I'll treat them again. You can never give them too much treatment. This is a different stuff. I tried to get this before, but I was talked into this other stuff, which is good too. It's good, but this is the stuff I want to go to now. So there's another Eagle Swivel tubes. I like these because it's flat on the top. But that's an Eagle Swivel tube. It's a bit heavier. That's an Eagle leash. And as I say, I had 4 of those. There's one on in a minute, and it's this one in the cover tubes. So, and I've ordered another one. It's military grade nylon, so it should be good. And if it's a good one, I will get more. But I could only get them in 5s or 20s or 1. It wouldn't let me order 2. So we'll see what they're like. And look what I found, tubes. Look at this. It ain't been treated yet with this. This is untreated. Look, A. Clark falconry. Look at that. Now what's this? Is ideal look, tubes. Ideal look. Your transmitter goes in there. Now I could have got the next size down, the UHF one, which is this is on 173. It's 173. I'll get the next one down next time because I'm going on to UHF tubes. This is not UHF at the moment. This is VHS. So normally the aerials are a lot longer, but they've since altered them. So it's only like a short aerial. So that goes in there, tubes. That'll be treated in there. So the UHF ones are like shorter tubes, right? A bit like that. The UHF ones will be shorter. So what I'll do is, when I upgrade me radio, me receiver and transmitters, I will get, you can get these, you can get them single or double. I'll get a double version of it. And this is a useful tool tubes. An arm brace. That's an arm brace for the Eagle. Straps around you like that. Straps over your head. Like this, tubes. So you got your Eagle sat there, not tubes. Don't go round your waist. Your Eagle sits there, bump. Because an Eagle's heavy, tubes. She's what, 9. She's a steppe eagle, so she's £9. The last time I weighed her, she was £9 tubes, which for a steppe eagle, that's like on a top weight. But I want to get a golden eagle. I was let down with a golden eagle only because someone got there first, and I found out a day too late. Basically, I found out a day too late. The day I found out, I rung the bloke straight away. He said somebody had let him down, but then when I contacted him again, he says that Dad sorted it out, left a deposit. So one day I sort of had a golden eagle. They're not cheap tubes, but I love birds of prey. So always get the best stuff tubes. Get the best you can, like food pouches tubes. I've got 3 of those. Now every day, every time I use this, I wash it thoroughly, wash it every time. Every time I wash it. You got a nice glove here. The trouble is, it's suede. It feels funny, so I don't particularly like suede. Nothing wrong with suede, but I don't get on with suede.
And neither does coffee.
And neither does my hawk. She won't stand on that tubes. She won't, honestly. So that's brand new tubes, and she won't stand it. So I like the leather ones tubes. Nice leather glove.
I wonder where Darth Vader's hand went.
See, so she'll go on this. She goes on the eagle's glove, and it's a brown, but it's leather the same. Yep, she won't go on this one. This is a light brown, and it's suede. She doesn't like it too. There's another hood. I've got hoods for them tubes. I only ever use a hood sometimes when I'm coping a beak. Or putting a tail mount on, which normally I can put a tail mount on tubes, believe it or not. She has like, not that these are cutters, but you got
They might be wedged down the side of the bag with you.
You see, I've got everything for them tubes. Get the best what you can. Where are me tail mount things?
Are they in the...
Like, it's the best tail mounts, I get the best.
There they are on the side where you're putting the pouches. In there where you put...
Where?
On the, it looked like it was sticking out on the side where the pouches are standing.
Oh, I did. Oh, tubes! I love my equipment. Look, I love my stuff. And where's it gone? Oh, here they are, tubes. I'll put them in the bottom. See, they're the good ones as well. They're not the cheap ones. They're the good ones. They're the nice ones, tubes.
Stand them up right.
So you imagine you've got to use that and put a tail mount, attach it to her feathers at the back of her tail, and she was fine with me doing that. So that's the trust my bird's got with me. I could do anything with the tubes. I can kiss her, I can put my hands under her wings and everything. Got every confidence I can fly her free. Some people will think I'm mad and I shouldn't do this because it's cool, but I've been ill, so sometimes I fly her free because she pulled her tail mount out. And the tracking gear, sometimes you think, shall we put it on or not? You know, usually 99% of the time I use it, tubes. I do use it. I didn't use it today and the other day because, like I say, I ain't been well, so it's quick for me and my wife to go out. Then she doesn't have to carry all this extra stuff, which upsets her a little bit sometimes. So there you have it, tubes. So, and lots of yous contacted me and asked for shout outs. Now I'll forget some of you, but I will get to you all, tubes. And there's some very kind remarks lately. I'd love to go into falconry. I'd love to work at a falconry place. because I love working. I love birds of prey, and the bigger the bird, the better.
That's why you got me.
Yeah, that's probably why I met like my wife. But no, we're only joking. But I do love them, and you got to have a love for them, tubes. I know people who work at falconry places, but I've got the time to spend with the individual birds. I can give them that extra bit of something, you know, that
they can't because they're
they
busy.
can't because they have so many. So I see their point of view. Like me, my food. I only ever get them the best food. They have prime vitamin enriched quail. Like the small, not the very small ones, but the next size up. So they're clean, and I prepare them in a certain way, tubes. So they're all clean. They have shin beef, all the fat and everything's taken off it. So they have shin beef. That they have a food supplement. I'll show you, tubes. Entrodex. That's what I give my birds. But saying that, tubes, be very careful. Whenever you give them supplements, be very, very, very careful. If you haven't given them supplements before, I would say give them the minimum dose. Give them for 1 or 2 days, then nothing for another week, 1 or 2 days, and every week, and then every other week, because you can actually overdose animals with too many vitamins. Now these shin beef, if you want your bird's feathers rich, dark, rich, glossy, dark colour that looks really healthy, shin beef and good food, prepared well, and this stuff.
What do you do to the birds' food when you're preparing it? What do you have to do?
Well, there's a lot of different schools of thought on that, and if I tell you my school of thought, other people will think, well, some people tell me this. Now, I know how I prepare mine. If you want to know, tubes, I will tell you. I have got a video of how I prepare my food. People say about certain things, leave this in and leave that in. You want to give them a varied diet of food. Prime quail prepared, shin beef. But when I say shin beef, you want to give them probably that once a week. Cut any bit of fat on it, any bit of fat at all, cut it out. Do not give them any red meat, any meat with fat on. Cut the fat out. Most of the sinew, some sinew you can't help, it's hard to cut all that out, but most of the sinew cut out, so it's like basically nice, rich, dark, red meat. I give that once a week, or sometimes if I can get it readily, I'd give it once or twice a week, and then give it a break for a couple of weeks, and then start introducing it again. So things like that, don't give it them too much, tubes. You know, use a bit of noddle, see how your bird responds, reacts, in case, you know, you're giving them too much of this or too much of that. And what people need to understand as well, sometimes sunlight, tubes. Some birds, sometimes they might not get enough sun. A bird needs sunlight because to convert the calcium, you get sunshine, vitamin D. They need sunlight to help with their calcium absorption. They need lots of calcium. And if you look at their feces, right, a healthy bird will have a white feces with black in it, or a light like a dark grey, depending on what they've eaten. So it'll be not green. If there's any green in it, that's not too good. My birds never have green in their droppings, never. It could be a sign of a little bit of upset tummy, or they might have had a cold. They might have had some green a while ago, years ago, before I knew better. You can't probably help it sometimes if it's cold, and never put them to bed. If they've got wet, weather them. You must weather them. If they've got wet, try and let them have a little fly, even if it's just on a lead, backwards and forwards to the perch a bit, because that will dry them out a little bit. Try not to put them to bed if they've got wet and you've left them out and it's rained more than you think. Try and do that, or lift them up, see if they'll flap a bit to dry themselves off a bit, James. Try not to put them to bed at night if they're damp, especially in the colder weathers. Right, how long has this been now, Flo?
16, 14.
Right, trick check, catch you later.